Here to close out our week, wrap up our day here this Friday afternoon, shortly after 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Nice trade here taking us into the afternoon. This APLD still holding right near the highs, made a really strong move back up once again today. But hey, great to see all of our students, members alike inside our live trading room. Felix, Michael, Rovina just before, Patrick just a moment ago. A few more of us still with us here, right? Like Nicholas just before, Bill and Mike C. Perfect. All right, so hey, we got a few of us here. We got a few of us on social media, all of our social streams, Facebook Live, LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube, the works. For right now, APLD, we'll start with this on the screen. Like I just said, up big once again today. The stock came out with news earlier this week in relation to some AI contract. I think it was like $180 million contract or so to say. It led to a nice pop, but you don't necessarily expect such a good swing on this day over day over day. So, we didn't recommend it as a swing trade. It was recommended as a day trade and has worked out phenomenally as a day trade. So, going into the afternoon, we're going to definitely put this on our watch list just to begin. How could we not? Just right within our price range still. It's extremely liquid. That is the part that I'm most excited about. Anytime you trade a stock for the first time, pops up on a given day, if it doesn't have good liquidity, then I'm not going to really try and trade it day over day. If it does have good liquidity, then at least you're telling me there's a chance where maybe it can make another sort of move the following day for me to take part in, for me to take advantage of. And well, with that, I mean, really since Tuesday this week, not only up days, but it's retained its liquidity here pretty well. And that is what's made this really tradable. So love to see it. Going to put this on our watch list just to begin, this APLD. Now, this is moving up. Markets seem to be pushing much lower heading into the close. Ended up breaking above historical level 415 roughly on the SPY. The SPY does not trade exactly with the SPX, with the ES, right? With the S&P futures, you could say. So, hey, ES ended up breaking above a pretty big resistance historically just yesterday as well. But now at the way back down that we're seeing here today, I'm sure that ES level is getting tested. That 415 level is a little ways away on the SPY chart there, but for right now, lower high should look to equate to a lower low. So there could be a couple of good shorts to work with heading into the market close, folks. Hey, for all of us inside the live trading room, I'd said this just a few times before this meeting started. FL Foot Locker. It is down big today. It was on our watch list to begin this morning. And with that, I mean, I was just kind of scanning through. I'm actually recording my other monitor for a TradeStation video that CT will be coming out with soon. So be on the lookout for that on our YouTube channel. But with that, though, I've been kind of hawking a few different trades, APLD being one of them, and FL being another. And with that, it was moving back up and up towards its opening print. Perhaps you can call this good timing. It took maybe a few minutes, about 3 to 5 minutes before it truly made the break. But I was looking for this to break over and under, over and under. It was down big already. Hey, if it didn't make that move, then I wouldn't have been as interested in it at all. I don't know if I'd be interested in any sort of dead cat bounce unless it was down even that much more. So, yeah, I missed out on the bounce from 30 so far, but I was more bearish. And with the break under the opening print price here, 30.65, it has been smooth runnings all the way down towards the low there again. 29.90 actually is like a historical level too to complement that 30. If you look on the daily chart back from 2022, that is, just it was kind of lingering off of 29.90. Actually, I have to go back more than that. It was 21. I was on a coaching call with a student earlier, and just a couple of different close prices right around this 29.86, 29.93, 29.92 from here. So it just leads me to say that could complement the 30, and it has so far. But hey, lower highs equals lower lows, and the more times that support level gets poked at, I'd be led to think that that could be a really good continuation. Michael shorted 10 shares of Foot Locker before the market closed yesterday. There you go, Mike. Nice job. For right now, I think that there could still be some room on the way down, perhaps. I mean, it's got to really obviously continue to make lower highs, but very good start on the short from the opening print this morning here, just at the 30.65 level. So I'll put this on our watch list too. We have the APLD on the way up, FL on the way down. Let's see what else we can get, though, going from top to bottom here, this MNK. Felix was asking here earlier, is this volatile enough? Like you think, right? So it ended up pushing up, came back down, pushed up, came back down. And with that, it's not really something I'm too entertained by. If it's going to break higher, then do it. If not, then I don't want to be stuck just with a pop and drop type of move. So I actually took my eyes off this trade recently when it revved back up again. I thought this would have been game over after this last shake. Hey, it's near the highs. This stock, I think, Hmm. I don't know if this is newly listed onto the American Exchange Amex, because prior to today, this stock was trading like next to no volume. So maybe it was OTC before today and finally got listed on a major exchange like the Amex. Is up big today. Let's see where a historical level could be. If not right from like right around 520-ish, should it really pop that much higher? Pretty much where it dipped off back in April time here, 460-ish, 465. So that could still be ahead, a level to watch out for here coming up. You know what? Hey, it hasn't dove off just yet, right? If it did, I wouldn't really look at it here. So for now, it makes the cut. If it tanks during this meeting, then hey, always subject to change. All right, we keep it going though. Otherwise, SDA done for. W key. It's kind of looking like that MNK trade a little bit, just trying to tease us, make more of a little afternoon move here for right now. Pretty thin volume out there on the order book for such a cheap stock, $3 stock like this. So, comparing APLD liquidity to this, APLD definitely seems more tradable in that regard. I guess if I add MNK, I got to add the other one, this W key for right now. We'll come back to him at least. This AMTX, this was a sneaky one from earlier. Wow. I was calling this out with one of our students, Pablo, on a coaching call earlier today off 302 as a key resistance, and we were looking for a push up to 325. So you could see I left some money on the table on this trade. Good entry. It took a little while for it to churn up, so I wasn't like really happy with the pace of it. Got the job done, took the money and ran, but man, this thing really blew the roof off this resistance. Unfortunately, though, it's a pop and drop, and it's been very lackluster since. All right. Hey, for right now, like I said, just to jump back really briefly, APLD, no need to build up a big list. No need to try and look at this stock, that stock, when the stock that we should be trading is the one that we've been trading the whole time, this APLD here. So obviously, you could say that on a few different trades, but with trend, there's no better place to start, right? Like that's what we were talking about to begin. APLD just breaking a new high right now. We're looking to break the highs right now. It's moving back above. Big volume here off of 824, 823, 822. So perhaps this could lead to a nice squeeze here coming up. All right. I kind of lost my spot there, actually, in the meantime there. AMTX, ATNF. Here we go. All right. So we'll keep it going, though, for right now. ATNF, pretty slow. Dead for right now, that trade. BIOC. This stock is like just, I don't even know. This probably has had so many different reverse stock splits now at this point. Yeah, you could tell back from 2019. So I just remember in the past a couple of our students, calling this out as a day trade like years ago. They're not in this room right now, I could see, but hey, it was a good day trade back then. It was a good day trade back then, actually, but you could tell what happened to this stock over time since just by looking at the daily chart here. So, had to have done a couple of reverse splits over time. Not looking too good there either way for right now today. Keep it going. Got a cheapie here, ARQQ. It's up right now, moving up pretty nicely. See if there's anything looking better. Hey, I appreciate when students, newly enrolled students or any student of that matter, just kind of ask what my thoughts are on a stock. Had a private chat from one of our students here, and they're asking about what are your thoughts on FTCH. I think it's done for right now. Just, and this already made a move up and down. I don't know, if this is going to be any sort of good play here heading into the final hour. Maybe it could be a good short should this break below 510. It seems like that's the better direction for right now. I absolutely would not be looking for a bounce back up on this trade at this point. Yeah, and otherwise, I want to follow a stock that's much closer to the highs or near the lows. This could be near the lows, but you know what I mean. I'm talking about a stock down percentage wise, perhaps going with the market, maybe off of news, Foot Locker. All right. What else we got, though, here otherwise? We got the MVIS. Bell asking about that right now, and we get to it here on the gainers list. So up about 17%. Actually just popped before the meeting started. I didn't realize that. So more of an afternoon little pop right now. I mean, it was up all morning, but just now breaking above the highs, 373-ish, up over 380. So it still looks pretty strong. I mean, just pulled back a brief amount, but otherwise, actually, I like this one here, Bell. MVIS, I'll add it. It's a stock that we are really familiar with here too. Microvision, Mavis, we kind of nickname it as. Back in 2021, pandemic time, popped up, did really well on it back then. All right, what else we got? APLD we talked about. I mean, there's definitely enough that's up percentage-wise still, even with the market slumping off right now. TIO back up once again today. Let me go back to the daily chart here. It's getting pretty close to the high that we had back from just yesterday. I mean, the open price, the high price there. Oh, no, there we go, this bar. I was wondering, the numbers on this box here that popped up are throwing me off right here. So 538, the open price from yesterday, 540, the high. It is pretty much right there now. So yeah, TIO, Tito's, as Fausto nicknames here, we'll look to put back on our list, looking pretty strong. All right, not a bad list to begin, folks. And again, we have a couple we'll jump back to already on there. Perhaps if they tank, we'll kind of scrap them. But let's see if there's anything looking even better from the loser side. Foot Locker, of course, we talked about. Just going to skip over that at this point, already on our list. NDLS, technically shortable. Technically at the lows of the day, too. You know what? Let me just check here. It's on good spread. It's on good liquidity. Not really trading a whole lot of volume per minute, but huh. Check this. I mean, this is pretty close to all-time lows here. Beautiful rounded bottom back in 17, 316 the low there. This big wick 314 the low. So look at that, pretty strong. You know what? More for kind of just studying and just to kind of see what it does eventually. Not to like really put this on the top of our list. You know, it's tradable. If you want to practice like a potential short on a level one stock, this could be it for you. And you know, the all-time lows aspect of it, I kind of just am interested in. So you know, I'll add it to our watch list. Notice how we phrase it as the watch list, not the CTU. You must trade this list. So, you know, we want our students to start with this watch list to begin. You know, personally, I'm probably going to start on APLD and Foot Locker. And then I'll probably move around to Tito's and then Mavis, and then eventually work my way down to that NDLS. KSS down big here today. It's not exactly at the lows, but you know, pulling back, perhaps it has more room to drop towards there now, and you know, showing decent direction. It doesn't hurt us to, I guess, add this, but looks like retail's taking a bit of a hit right now. American Eagle also down. I mean, the clothing stores. I mean, like you know, KSS, AEO. I don't know, Macy's. Yeah, down big today. All right, folks, let me know if there's anything else looking good. I'll take a look at some side list stocks while I'm at it here, just really briefly, like Shopify at the low of the day. Square was a nice short early this morning. AMD, a little expensive there. Oh, be careful. APLD making a bit of a reversal there, a bit of a head fake. It failed to continue to make that pop, and instead it smashed back under that big volume there off of 822, 823. Where's my friend Felix here in this chat board right now? I can only imagine what he's up to on this trade here. So, yeah, if you had your eye on this here, this could have triggered an interesting short opportunity on the flip side. So, like saying W has been a good short for him today. Well, hey, if you got in from the morning, definitely treating you well. But for a $35 stock, looking a little slow, little like watching the grass go right now. So for this afternoon, we'll pass on it. Happy that Mike's up on it. Let me know if there's anything else that could be a good day trade from this point, at least. I mean, MNK, there's higher risk with, you know, following this still. It hasn't tanked though, right? Well, actually, I'll tell you what, it actually did tank briefly, but even then from there, pulled back up. This is pretty chaotic stock here. So I'll keep this on our list since it hasn't totally dove off. And in fact, it pushed back up once again. And same with W Key. Wow. Both of these actually. I was kind of reluctant of. Put them on the list at least to begin, but yeah, still looking pretty strong for the meantime, both of them. Jith got out on the APLD trade at 833. There you go. Nice exit from Jith there. Good. All right, so let me know if there's anything else, folks. I'm going to actually just check Benzinga before we wrap up here right now. Oops, I had that on this monitor here. Give me a brief second. There we go. All right, so what do we got here? We got MNK, W key, and that's really it. And then on the loser side for right now, AI, if you could short it. Beyond Meat dropping off there, if you could short it. Carvana, if you could short it. No, hey, don't get me wrong. Those, you know, clothing store stocks like Kohl's, Macy's, American Eagle, you know, those are all really tradable. You could definitely put them on your personal watch list, if anything. All right, let me jump to that CVNA. Let me jump to that Beyond Meat. None of which are really looking too good at this point. All right, so you know what? Actually, out of all those different clothing stocks, if I were to add one of them, if anything, I'll just kind of pick through. I'll tell you what, it's kind of like a tie between American Eagle and Macy's here. Um, you know what? I'll go Macy's. I'll go Macy's. I feel like Macy's probably trade a little bit more volume. Both are very liquid, but I'll just kind of shoot from the hip and go that one. Sam saying, anyone know what Powell and Bernanke said that crashed the market? I do not, but if maybe Rich can pull up something just coming up there in the bit. He may have posted earlier in the chat board, Sam, so you could probably just use the search tab up top on the chat, little setting icon gear button that you press, and you could search really any term in the chat board, probably pull that up there. All right, for all of us on social media, Facebook Live, LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube, the works, etc. Hey, we appreciate you folks sticking with us each and every day, each and every afternoon for myself. If you have any questions or trades in which you'd like to go over, feel free to shoot me over a quick email. Josh at c2trading.com is the handle, but we got a lot to work with here going into the close, folks, for the end of this week. So for Jith and Michael, Leda, Grant, and Kathleen, and Ravina, and Bill, and all of our students alike inside the chat board, I'll be with you folks pretty much all the way until the market closed today. I got a coaching call up until 3:30, and if we're in a healthy market, if I'm in a trade really after 3:30, I'm probably sticking around till the close. So I look forward to it, folks. A lot of work to cover here. Talk to you soon.